guitarist and producer, responsible for Presley #1s like Big Hunk of Love and It's Now or Never. In fact, when Mark was 9, Chet had already produced 2 #1s. So when Rocksteady followed Mark to Nashville to play alongside Chet in, would you believe, his garage, it wasn't so much a visit, more of a pilgrimage. First, though, Knopfler remembers his formative years.
Yeah, well, when I first started learning how to play, I mean, me and a mate from Jeff Sadler from school, we'd go around at Jeff's house, we'd be going... and just learning the very basics. He had some Chet Atkins records, and as well as a lot of other records, people that I loved. But Chet Atkins was, for guitar players, Chet Atkins was always way out there, you know, ahead. You just have no, even if you became, you know, a great, you know, player in terms of flying about, Chet Atkins was always something else.
Ain't that pretty?
When you're playing or hanging around with Chet, all of a sudden, yeah, I produced that, I was on that session, I played on that, I did that, and you realize, of course, that the man's actually shaped the way that we actually listen to music. So it's different. I guess his right hand is probably, in that sense, it's stronger. It's hitting the guitar maybe a little bit harder. And my left hand is strong. I'm left-handed anyway, even though I play right-handed. So I've got a lot of strength in the left hand. You know, there to be able to... A lot of strength in that. But we'd play different.
He's a finger picker, but he's self-taught, and I don't think he's ever really copied anyone. He kind of figured it out for himself, and that's the guy that comes up to something different usually, is a fella who doesn't know any better. And he doesn't play with a pick, he plays with his thumb and fingers like this. Nobody else plays that way, so he turns out he's very different. And wonderful player.
Chet plays more with 3 fingers, I play more with 2, and I tend to make an anchor with the base of my hand so it lets my thumb and 2 fingers just rock away. And Chet would probably use an extra finger, and you can do these marvelous harmonic runs and things. You make guitar sound like a harp. A little Geordie music fan like me, this is all very nice.
There is a house in New Orleans, boy. They call it Rice. I used to sing this when I was 8 years old, and I didn't know what it was about. What is it about?
It's one of them titty bars, don't you know?
I thought it was just a house. I didn't know it was one of those houses.
Got 1 foot on the platform, you know. The other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans. I'm going away to that ball and chain.
prove an inspiring combination. For Mark Knopfler, working with guitar great Chet Atkins was an ambition fulfilled. This is how we know Mark Knopfler in his role as leader of one of Britain's most successful rock bands. But that's not all he's known for. He's no stranger to sharing the stage with this man, or trading guitar licks with one of his guitar heroes, Chet Atkins.
And we wrote a tune and recorded it and put it in the album, and we became friends immediately. And he brought me over for the Amnesty International show, of course, and then he did a HBO special with me. And our friendship grew out of that, and we play a lot backstage, and by we got the idea to do an album.
Chet Atkins is a guitarist who astounded Knopfler when he first saw him perform by playing 2 tunes at once on one guitar.
I still didn't really believe it, I think, until I actually saw Chet play when his fan club organised a concert. We hired a theatre in London a few years ago, and it's a long time back now. That's when I first got to see Chet playing live, and he played a couple of tunes at the same time, you know, at once. And I figured then it wasn't all just a lie, you know.
And while I'm doing that, while I'm playing 2 tunes at once, I'm usually thinking about washing my car, so I'm really doing 3 things.
The interplay between the 2 guitarists is instantly recognisable, with Knopfler and Atkins clearly enjoying the company. Their recent collaboration on the album Neck and Neck shows a sense of fun while showcasing the 2 talents, and Knopfler hopes the next project will be more ambitious.
I'd like to do a record with Chet, like a proper record, like the way grown-ups make records, you know, where you get a band and go in the studio and you do a record, just like I'm doing with my band. But we couldn't do that because of all the other things I was doing and all the other things Chet was doing, so I did it at home and Chet did it at his home. And he'd come over here to England, and then I'd go over there, and we patched it together over a long period of time. And it sort of got together like a patchwork quilt, really, whereas the best way would be to just go in with a great band and blast it all out. That's what I'd like to do.
And that's it for the Week in Rock this Week in Rock. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.